is more than confirmed that Disney will soon release Inside Out 3. But do you have any idea which new emotion will show up in Riley's next movie? And furthermore, will she be a friend or an enemy to the other emotions? And the answer to that last question is both. And that's exactly what we're going to explain to you in this video. Get ready because we are about to blow your mind. Without a doubt, one of the central emotions in anyone's life is love. And so far, she hasn't physically appeared in Inside Out. And that's exactly why she will probably be the new central emotion of the third movie. And follow along with our train of thought because it makes total sense. The truth is that love is an emotion that has always been present in Riley's life. She just hasn't formally introduced herself to the other emotions yet. But she knows about the existence of each and every one of them. That's because this feeling is a core emotion and is present from the very first moment of a human being's life. It was exactly because of love that Riley smiled with happiness when she saw her parents, giving birth to joy. It was also love that allowed sadness to make the girl rethink her attitude and give up on taking the bus back to Minnesota at the end of the first Inside Out as well. The detail here is that as we grow up, we start to realize that the emotion of love isn't just limited to our close relatives, but extends to other people too. That's because there are different ways of loving the people who are part of our lives, like our parents, siblings, grandparents, pets, friends, and in the future, the person we will marry. They are different types of loves, but all of them are love. Which is why this will be an extremely complex and dangerous emotion for the other emotions we already know. Since love would be an emotion that has several different personalities, she would be one, but also many at the same time. And inevitably, in Inside Out 3, one of these personalities, which happens to be the most dangerous of all, would end up showing up and dominating Riley's mind. Passion. And if love has been in Riley's mind since the beginning, just hidden away, of course passion has been too. After all, they inhabit the body of the same emotion. In fact, the closest we've come to seeing her in action was in the creation of the super hilarious Mount Crushymore. On it, we see the faces of 4 boys, which is actually a parody of Mount Rushmore, which has the faces of 4 United States presidents carved into it in giant size. And out of the 4 faces we have up there, one of them isn't even real, since it's Lance Slashblade, that video game character that Riley thinks is hot, just like Disgust does. The fact is that Lance was the last face carved, as we can see from the scaffolding that is still hanging there. So we can deduce that Jordan was the first one to be carved, since he is the first one on the other end. In the middle are the faces of 2 boys we don't know yet, but some say they could be famous personalities in the Pixar universe, like, for example, members of the boy band 4town, who Riley is a fan of and even has a poster of in her bedroom.
The fact is that in Inside Out 3, we will definitely see our protagonist older and definitely more mature, which would make her feel way more prepared for some kind of relationship with a boy. And at that moment, she could very well meet the new student at her school and in her class. Just like her, this new student might be an out-of-towner who will need to adapt to San Francisco, and Riley could help him through this tough phase. She could do for him what she wished someone had done for her when she first arrived in the new city. Of course, the two of them will get closer and closer. And at that exact moment, passion would jump into action, activating the device that makes the girl feel butterflies in her stomach. Then, after a while, we would have Riley's long-awaited first kiss, which would for sure be a simply historic moment in Disney movies. The problem is that after all this, throughout Inside Out 3, we will discover that passion is the most possessive, selfish, and dangerous of all of love's personalities. Throughout the movie, we will see passion's personality surfacing at certain moments within love. However, she would always disappear and make room for other personalities, like the version of love for animals that Riley has. The problem is that when the girl received the girlfriend proposal from the boy we mentioned, who is a new character in the third movie, passion would become the dominant personality within love and wouldn't leave, at least for a good chunk of time during the film.
The problem is that passion would help Riley deal with this new phase of life, but she would focus way too much on it, which would end up hurting the girl's life in all other areas, like her studies and hockey. Even her relationship with her parents and her friends would be damaged. Without a doubt, this would turn Riley's life into complete chaos. And the challenge for Joy and the other emotions would be to make the girl become a balanced person, and not just 100% focused on her boyfriend.
If you made it this far, do the following. Click the subscribe button. I think we deserve it.
As we all already know, the first crush of the Inside Out protagonist was Jordan, that boy she met at the hockey game in the first movie, and who later asked her out and appeared in the short film Riley's First Date. But, according to Mount Crushmore that exists in the girl's mind, he wasn't her last crush, as we already talked about. And the fact is that this mountain will probably get some new faces in the next movie. Yes, I said faces in the plural. That's because Riley isn't going to like just one boy in Inside Out 3. A really cool idea would be if our protagonist ended up meeting two new boys at her new high school with completely different styles. But she happened to like both of them. The coolest part would be that both of them would like her back too, and this would create a cruel doubt in Riley's mind about which one of them should be her boyfriend. And that's exactly when the emotion of love would pop up in the control center, kind of like anxiety did, as a total surprise.
And, as we've already said, this emotion would count for several emotions put together. Like we said, there are several different types of love, and passion would take over most of the time, which would end up being a good thing at first, but as time went on, it would cause many problems indeed for the girl. Love's multiple personalities would be the reason why this emotion hasn't shown up until now, since it takes a lot of maturity to deal with all of this, something that Riley doesn't have yet, but is currently developing. However, as situations pass, it will become clear that passion is the personality that drains the most out of Riley and gives the least back to the girl, leaving her mentally exhausted and later on, even physically. It would be more or less like she cared way more about making someone else happy, while at the same time caring very little about herself. Normally, that's what passion, when it's without true love, ends up causing. However, throughout the course of the movie, the emotions that will be trying to find the solution to fix this situation in a specific location inside Riley's mind will discover that salvation lies within love herself, in another personality that is inside the new emotion, self-esteem, which is basically a type of love too, self-love. Most people don't know this, but passion is something that is a part of life. However, it needs to be balanced out with the other types of loves, especially with self-esteem. And when the emotions manage to awaken this other personality inside love, then they will have succeeded in making Riley understand that she needs to have both things at the same time inside of herself. That, for sure, would make love a more complete emotion and would make the protagonist's life much happier. This way, she would be able to manage all the types of love and passions she has in her life in the present, and will have in her life in the future as she keeps growing and maturing much better. If there is one thing that became clear, it's the fact that with every Inside Out movie, we will have new and incredible characters being introduced. So love, who is also passion, is not going to be the only novelty that Inside Out 3 will bring. Besides them, for sure new classmates and schoolmates will show up in the next movie, and this is going to be the right moment for us to see new feelings and sensations sprouting up in Riley's head. And among these new characters, we will probably meet a very strict male or female teacher who likes to be hard on the students. We might also even see Riley's parents having another baby and giving her a new little brother or little sister. Maybe we will meet the girl's grandparents, who might travel from Minnesota to San Francisco to visit the family and bring along with them someone who is very important in our protagonist's life, Riley's childhood best friend.
That would definitely be amazing. And her friend would help her get through the various tough moments and indecisions that the girl would be going through. And it would already leave a hook for Inside Out 4, which is for sure going to be amazing as well.
If you want more videos like this, comment down below, #more. We're leaving 2 really cool videos for you to stay with us here on the channel. Click and have fun. Thanks!